Good evening, Coded Friend .001 listeners. Sorry about the delay. Was eating was eating a pretty big meal, and I just got done. So here we are. We're gonna get into the pathetic, mealy-mouthed, weaselly excuse making of Dil-Dan, Killer Dan, Killer Dan. What a douche Dan is. Dan played a significant factor role in the mental diminishment of triggered Limey with a call out smackdown that Dan is now trying to weasel out of having done and put the blame on Shiz, of all people, and myself for Limey's demise. I don't really think so. And then Pope Phil's chimes in with what about the relentless attack that was made on his significant other? Hey, I hate to break this one to you, but when Limey realized that everything Mandy had told Limey about her relationship with her husband, who she still lives with, sleeps with, and pops pills with, Limey was the one that ended the relationship. So, Limey was a little smarter than people gave him credit for. Dan really did a dirty turn with Limey and smashed him for the benefit of Mark the Sarcastic Law Student, who jumped into Limey's place. And while Limey was trying to launch a true crime channel, Mark the Sarcastic Peg Boy paired up with Miss Mandy and basically fucked Limey over. But, nobody over there feels bad about that. And the whole put down of Limey was to drive people to keep the WNN crowd in-house going to Miss Mandy and Mark the Sarcastic Peg Boy instead of the same or similar content from Limey. Gia may be here, may not be here. I saw some comments in the Snooze chat that, typical Gia. She's as big a shitbag as the fucking rest of them are. So let's get into the Welsh Spank Network, which right now is live. Jimbo makes an appearance. And if you listen, you can hear he's uncomfortable with being there. And, well, if we could see Jim's face, he would probably be blinking SOS in Morse code. So without further ado, let's get into the beginning of the Snooze-O-Rama. Here we go. I got to share first. Whoopsie. No, that's not the right thing. Share screen. There we go. Share. And here we have the Snooze Network trying to shuffle blame off Dan for the non-payment to Limey of monies owed and, trying to shift the blame of Dan's harsh call out on Limey. Dan's trying to shift it on other people. Here we go.
Good evening, all you strange and wonderful people. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Hey, all. Guess what? We have a one-time special guest for you all. You all ready? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's right. It's Jim.
Just
Jim.
back. Hey, just back for a couple of minutes. I do have something to read. Based on all that drama last night, this is also going to be going up.
Jimmy's got something to read, so Dan prepared a script for Jimbo. These are Dan's words coming out of blackmailed Jim's mouth. Jim may have made a propositional comment or two to Blacka's son, and Dad's holding that over Jimbo's head. Here we go.
On my website in about a half an hour. And before I start, everybody okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Jimbo.
Wonderful.
Hey, Shuggy.
Robber. Fuck you, Jim, just for old time's sake.
Okay, thank you, Shuggy. On January 21st, 2024, my name was mentioned on a live stream featuring what I understand to be a secretly recorded conversation between two prominent members of the anti-frauditing community, with the subject matter being my departure from the Welsh News Network nightly broadcasts. I have never discussed my role on WNN with either of the participants in the call. While I have communicated with both in the past, I have never consented to recordings of those conversations, nor do I plan on releasing the transcripts of the conversations I've had with either. No one from that broadcast contacted me before the show to verify the facts reported. No one has followed up since then. And since I wrote this morning, still nothing from anyone from that side. While I do not call myself a journalist, I know that betraying confidences and releasing private discussions is the best way to end a relationship with the source. Screaming, I secretly recorded this information and I'm playing it now for you all, while titillating, may also lead to legal issues, as recording without consent is illegal in some areas. It's not a practice I partake in, nor do I give consent when told that the conversation will be.
It's funny that Jimbo would bring up the playing of recorded conversations from a two-party state without the consent of both parties. Doesn't Dan do that with the audio and video that Colin stole from Chili de Castro and gave to Dan in return for $300 of Gia's money? Gia, you financed this fucking bullshit. The fuck's wrong with you? You're fucked up. Carte Blanche says, I wonder if it was a joint effort by Dan, Blecka, Phil, Shuggy. Jim definitely didn't write it. He's just reading it as required. Jim, blink twice. It's a fucking icon. You could have just blinked twice if you were under distress. Jim couldn't have pre-recorded this. Look closely. Does it look like Dil-Dan is moving his mouth as Jim reads? Looked like it for a second. Let's take a close look at that. Good catch there, Floby. Demons in Ireland. What can Dan do? Dan can't even leave his fucking house without permission. Fuck Dan. Pussy.
Be recorded. That said, in the age of spilling tea and no regard to keeping things private, I warn you all that everything you say and do in quote-unquote private communications should be considered public. Think before you share. Know that.
Good job, Jim. You just told everyone that you're aware that your private shit on Discord, and Discord ain't fucking private. Discord's a public forum. It's limited access, but it's a public forum. It's not a private forum. You're now announcing to everyone that you, Jim, are aware that those conversations aren't private conversations. So, good job, dipshit. You're really fucking this one up. Mechanics Esquire KC says, I'm a lawyer, Ronnie. I don't clean truck stops. He's also an amateur graphic designer. And McAddix wants to know, why isn't Dan on your list, Ronnie? He drove a guy into a coma after a self-deletion attempt. Bandit says you're a fake lawyer that you cloned a boob tube account for. Oh, Bandit, you're such a silly boy. Get well, Bandit. I hope your mental health issues clear up in the near future. Take your Thorazine.
That by sending direct messages on whatever platform you're partaking on, including quote unquote secure ones, amounts to you putting those facts you are sharing in writing that ultimately can and will be used against you. As far as accusations from that broadcast, this will be my only statement on the matter. I am not owed money for my participation in the Welsh News Network broadcasts. All of my appearances on the show were voluntary, with no promise or expectation of being paid. My work behind the scenes, video selection, creating artwork for the show, developing characters, etc., was also entirely voluntary. I can't be owed payment for something when no promises of payment were made. I left for my own reasons and to find full.
Jim was forced to fucking say that. You can hear it in his voice. His voice will start cracking here too. Jim, you forgot to mention the luring the small boys into the step van. Was that volunteer or was that paid work? And how did you get compensated, you frou-frou little fucking clown boy? Ickety ick.
Full-time work. Doing a daily radio show was always a dream of mine growing up, and I'm happy I had 10 months to share that dream with good friends. While I'm doing my own thing now, with possible announcements coming up, the good times and fun.
Possible announcements coming up. Jimbo is the one of the official coordinators of FurryCon Philadelphia. So if you're interested in dressing up like a cat, putting on clown makeup and whiskers and a yarn wool hat, give Jimbo a call. And Jimmy, this ain't fucking radio, dipshit. So your dream is still unfulfilled. The Furry Finch Network. Lock your boys up. Jim is in town.
Fun I had while being part of WNN will not be diminished by my departure from the show. Also note, life is not pro wrestling. I will not be joining the cast of rival shows or appearing on shows that have insulted or degraded me or my friends in the past, or continue to attack me in random forums now that I'm off the show. My time away is my time away. Random forums in the past or appearing on pro wrestling.
All right, listen right here. Jimbo Felch is obviously reading, and watch Dan because Dan's reading off the same script that silently reading off the same script that Jim's reading aloud from. Pay attention here.
I will not be joining the cast of rival shows or appearing on shows that have insulted or degraded me or my friends in the past, or continue to attack me in random forums now that I'm off the show. My time away is my time away, and while we've had plenty of storylines on the show, believe it or not, I am not a perpetually 17-year-old offspring of Dan and Becca who lives in a graveyard. Life is not a storyline. I'm doing what I need to do at this moment in time. I'm moving forward and making the changes I need to make for my survival. I'm devoting my time outside of the job search, working on the paper, and catching my breath.
Jim's working on his survival. You live with your mom, Jim. And what do you mean catching your breath? Is that in between almost choking yourself out with the cat urine soaked rag you're constantly huffing on? Ooh, that cat urine. Oh, good thing you got 13 of them, Jimbo. Read on, Jimmy. Read on. You're making Dan and Blecka very proud.
I've got a great support system forming. I found help from families and friends in a difficult time in my life, and for that, I'm grateful. Anything beyond that right now is just drama and pro wrestling. Best, Jim Finch.
Well said.
Well said, Jim.
Well said, dude.
Okay. So just want to say that, air it out before anything else is said. No one speaks for me except for me. And if I haven't said it, then don't attribute it to me.
And
So
Jim, grateful that you've taken the time to come up and address this nonsense. And also sorry you've had to.
it's stupid, you know?
Yes, it really is. It's just really.
Well, you know, Jimmy, you wouldn't have much of a problem if you wouldn't have much of a problem if you didn't participate in the demise of Limey, if you didn't help coordinate contacting the British social services about Limey. You were part of it, Jim. You know you were part of it. We have evidence to prove it. Also, Jim, if you weren't associated with proud perverts, your life might fly a little smoother. I'm actually glad you've gotten away from the Welsh News Network. I'm sad that you succumbed to Dan's blackmail and came back and read a pre-written speech absolving Dan from any responsibility toward you in the shit position he put you in. Good luck to you, Jimbo. Good luck to you. Maybe if you weren't dressing up like a furry and doing weird things with younger men, you wouldn't have the problem with Dan that you have right now. Carte Blanche says, you know, Jim didn't write that. Jim, you are reading some script written for you. How can I tell? Well, you wouldn't say best Jim Finch at the end. Correct. There's a couple spots where he made what are classic reading mistakes, and he rolled back and repeated on the script as opposed to off the top of your head thinking on the fly. Jim's reading a pre-written speech that wasn't written by him. True Seeker 37 says, I can see Jim coming out against Stan a few months from now. Yeah, Jim's terrified right now. He's been in the company of an abuser, a gaslighting abuser for 10 months. Jim needs time to deprogram, realize what's happened, realize that when he reached over to the right and touched that stuff, it wasn't cotton candy. Jim will come through. It'll take 6-8 months. But Jim eventually in the future will show us on the doll where the bad man made Jim uncomfortable. McAddix Esquire says, I see that too. McAddix Esquire says, damn it, Jim, you don't read that part. David Costello says, Jim will give them all up for Happy Meals and cat litter. Yes, he will. Because Jim's unemployable and he can't get a fucking job. So in a couple months, a little offer from money, and Jimmy going to be spilling the fucking beans. Danny, you better get some money to Jimbo. Get him beholden to you. Scott Amo says he'll say he wrote it himself to be able to say what he wanted to say. I often do this if I'm nervous. What, lie about the pre-written speech you read? Is that what you do when you're nervous? Laura Rader says, but Jim doesn't have a Gia to pay him for the dirt. Exactly. Highest Priestess says, I'm sure we could find out all of that script as plagiarized. Dan has a real affection for stealing quotes from others. I'm surprised Nelson Mandela or honest old Abe Lincoln wasn't mentioned in that speech. Scott almost says, Jesus fucking Christ, why do I even try? Before that, he said, no, dipshit. What's wrong, Scott? I hope that wasn't directed to me. Jesus fucking Christ. Why do I even try? Cart. It's that damn carte blanche. Cart said, yeah, but that's Scott Amo. You would say these are my thoughts, making it personal. Right. Yeah, Jim, that's a cold read of a fucking, that's a cold first time read of a speech that Jim neither prepared for himself nor had he even read it in advance. He just came in, did what he was told so that the photographs don't get released.
And look who's late to the show. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Jim.
Dog's scratching at the door. I'll be right back.
You know, I was going to comment. I was going to try to make a funny comment, but your last part there really struck me as a very serious note. So I don't want to comment that. It was very well said.
Thank you.
Very much.
I'm just
very much from the heart. No, really appreciate
well, I'm popping in and popping out, but I hope you all have a good show tonight. And to those other people, just
Did Jimbo Felch just admit to being on the poppers? Ooh, Jimmy, got a little amyl nitrate habit. Woohoo, woo, woo, Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. Jimmy on the poppers.
find something else to do. Really?
I do owe you an apology.
Oh, why?
What?
I may have suggested on Sunday that you passed away.
Okay, wouldn't be the first time.
So if you had hopes and prayers and you felt that, at least, people, it came from a good spot.
Okay, no big deal. I'll
Jim,
talk to everyone.
just because,
Yes.
hey, we couldn't do it with and have you here and not.
There you go. Okay.
And also, people actually read the paper.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
My statement's going to go up about 20 minutes. It's the same thing I just read. We have 5 new articles up for the day, including Turtle Boy's Prison Diary Part 2.
Oh dear God!
Ooh.
Becca
And
has
here's
a
the
copy.
Here's the thing, people. If you want to know how Jim feels or what happened with Jim, I have a really, really useful suggestion for you, and I'm going to put myself on full screen here. It's a dead simple suggestion. Talk to fucking Jim.
Why does Dan look so much like Homer Simpson? Ew. Ugly motherfucker. Jim's got to get off the panel. He's very busy, says the highest priestess. Alan Killian wants to know does Jim boof the poopers? Or is that poppers? Do you boof the poppers, Jim? How is Jimbo's really cool website? It's forgettable. It's totally forgettable. True Seeker 37 says Jim sounds flustered. Yeah, Jim doesn't sound good, says Laura Rader. Is that guilt built up, Jimbo? He does. He doesn't sound fluid or comfortable at all in Homer Simpson style fashion. Welsh News Now says, "Don't." Who the fuck is Alice? Says it's a website, fuckheads. Nobody is wasting actual paper on you bullshit, Jim. Ms. Man de Grifter says Jim's voice was awfully shaky. Yeah. He's under the gun. If he fucks this up, he fucks shit up. Dan kicked him out the door. He's worried he'll get another verbal beating. Carte Blanche says, at Coded, read High Priestess's comment about Jim would have a job if he wrote that speech. Where is that? Carte Blanche. Highest Priestess says, if Jim wrote his online pulp fiction the way that was written, he would have a job. I don't know if I agree with that. McAddick says Shuggy was holding a 2x4. The Waterheads. Oh, the Waterheads. Blackest excuse, Robitussin made me ask for dick pics on the Discord. Blackest favorite toy says Dan owes me batteries. Dan, you are an ugly little fucking weirdo. Dan's not 6'4" either. And you have no hair, son, which is usually a sign that your body's not producing testosterone anymore. Danny got a limp willie. Danny got a limp willie. Chat GPT wrote Jim's speech. Truesticker 37 says, I'm still shocked Dan's mom knocked out a horse with one punch. Can you say manga?
Talk to fucking Jim.
We did talk to Jim, and as I stated earlier, Jim verified everything we said. Jim Fench is a vital asset to codedfriend.001 going forward at this point in time. So, Jim Fench is our main source. Jim Fench told us most of what we know about the Limey situation. So if Jim Fench wants to come back and refute that, let him come back and refute that. Jim Fench is the one that told us everything we know about the Limey situation. Deny it if you want, Jimbo. We don't care. Where is Tina? Tina doesn't care. This shit doesn't publicize Tina. True Seeker 37 on the horse punch shit says that's got to be a hell of a punch. Is that even possible? No, it's not fucking possible at all.
That's
I know
right.
it sounds a complex idea, but talk to Jim. Because, hey, all that went on yesterday. You know what I did this morning when I wanted to find out, hey, is any truth to, what they're saying you said, Jim? I talked to Jim.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're rather blunt,
yeah.
too, did ya?
Well, yeah, I'm sure Jim appreciates that I didn't dance around the subject. I just asked him straight out.
Right. And, it's surprising how silent things are. No one's asked me since I've left. And no one's, you would think that with
We talked with Jim Fench for a long time, couple hours. Jim Fench has corroborated everything we said. So, I don't know what to tell you. Dan must really have some real fucking dirt on you with little boys, Jim. If he's got this kind of fucking sway over you. Again, I would like to repeat that Jim Fench told us everything we know. The sponsor for the entire day today on codedfriend.001 and NTFGSFW is the number 596. 596.
everything they've said and done, and they're all trying to get one of us to turn, you'd think one of them would reach out.
Oh, no.
But no.
They've announced that you're giving them information.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, apparently you were the sponsor for Cody's earlier show tonight.
You were?
Oh, what
All
was
the
his?
info came from you.
What was his earlier show that came from me?
I have no idea. I haven't watched it.
Okay, because that's news to me as well.
Well, I figured that.
Okay, then.
Everything we know about the Limey situation is directly attributable to the confirmation of Jim Fench. Every last bit of it.
They're gonna say and they're gonna do whatever they're gonna say and do, but
Of course they are.
And just so that everybody knows, all that they say, all that they do will make zero difference to what happens here.
right.
Correct.
Not
True
one
Seeker.
fucking bit.
58596.
We're all
Welsh
still the same
Center,
people.
the sponsor
We're
for
all
today.
still friends, and we will all continue doing what we're doing. What Jim's doing, what Becca's doing, Phil, Shuggy, myself. Believe it or not, we all actually have a life away from here.
You mean I do shit on this show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Literally, normally.
Okay.
comment by Who the Fuck is Alice? Yeah, we didn't put your name out, Jim. Miss Mandy put your name out there, Jimbo. And again, I would like to state that today's broadcast is sponsored by 8596 Welsh Senate, and Jim Finch has corroborated every word we said today.
Yeah, Phil. Next time, don't flush so loud.
I try not to. I really try to be not Regan Benson.
Well, you've got a mute button for a reason.
I will keep that in mind.
Anyway,
Send me
take
some
care,
off.
all.
Fuck off,
Take
Tim.
care, all.
Good to hear from you,
See
Jim.
you later.
Bye.
See you later, Jim.
Bye.
Huh. Almost
People shouldn't
like
have to make that statement either.
no, they shouldn't.
I was
We
going
knew
to
it was coming,
suggest.
didn't
I was going to suggest that he blink 3 times so we know that he's not being forced to make the statement, but then he kind of went into the serious part and it didn't seem.
I'm going to suggest, Dope Phil, that you shove that Pope hat up your fucking ass. Alan Killian in the side chat says, no one asked Jim because nobody gives a fuck about what Jim and his fucking cat fetish. Truth Seeker, thanks. Dearmid. Highest Priestess says, at Who the Fuck is Alice? Facts. Laura Rader says, Dan is confident his cult will not stray away. They are firmly under the grip of a Welsh waterhead's mental abilities. It's amazing. Some people are just really fucking dumb, especially the Peter Vandervliet Dutch dumb ones. Jesse VR says, Jim's ball has completely retracted. Yeah, they're up behind his kidneys somewhere, but it is cold up there in Pennsylvania, and Jim can't afford to turn the heat on in the house. Jesse VR says, balls, assuming he has two. McAddix Esquire KC says, Dan had Jim fixed. Welsh News Now says, wake up, Shuggy. Dearmid Costello says, I wonder if I played Plaid. See why my junk on you will be happy when they see it all. McAddix, my Canadian legal advisor, says 8596 Welsh Senate. Who the fuck is Alice? Says that Philly guy is weird. Jim's from northwestern Pennsylvania. He's just sponsoring FurryCon, or not sponsoring. He's an unpaid volunteer organizer for FurryCon in Philadelphia, 2024. Wow. Jim is so gay. It's insane. Highest Priestess says they're stream sniping me. Oh my God, who cares? Remember, everything we said earlier today was verified and thumbs up approved in the presence of my Canadian legal advisor, McAddix Esquire KC, all of which was corroborated by Jim Finch. McAddix says they're watching us. Hi, Dan. Fuck you. Stop calling me. Oh, my God. I wonder if Dan's sitting on his vibratory toy right now. Let's see if we can catch up to where they're. Is that currently, like right now, they're watching us? I don't see anything. I don't see anywhere where are they watching us? Let me do a quick blink.
The problem is she then turned around and also accused the chairperson of a particular organization that I do charity work of being me impersonating that person.
Wait, what?
Oh, so apparently I'm impersonating the chairperson.
Okay.
So this is this is the level of complete and utter batshittery that we are dealing with in this particular thing.
Batshittery. Hey, Caruso, did you read the fucking disclaimer you're supposed to state before you go on air? The only one pretending to be someone else, Caruso, was you contacted carte blanche and pretended to be your own boss. That's what you did. Let me jump back a little here. Where did Carduccio? Anthony Carduccio is just a fucking little peckerwood.
You are. Why are you so happy to see me, Shuggy?
I'm not.
Anthony, some movie show, and it was a really good show last night. He had an interesting guest, fun conversation. It was good.
I will have to go back and look at that.
So you're on it?
No,
There's
I was in the side chat. It was before we went live. It was a really good show.
all right. Hi, criminal.
Oh God.
How are
why
you, Anthony?
You are. Why are you so happy to see me, Shuggy?
I'm not.
Probably because of the dick pics you keep sending them there, Caruso, you weirdo.
Don't ever give that impression.
Anthony, I have a question for you.
I hopefully have an answer for you.
Have you beaten up any drunk women this week?
You mean drunk dead women?
Drunk, pregnant dead women?
No.
Oh, double down on your fucking bullshit to smack pregnant women around if they dared to have a sip of alcohol. Anthony, control freak Caruso. Anthony, is it true that your wife just filed for separation from you right after the birth of your child?
Not this week.
Anthony, was your wife pregnant when you made the comment about backslapping women in the mouth if they took even a sip of alcohol? Come on, Anthony. You fucked up your own home life.
Well, I know he did last week. He told me about the 3 and sent me photos of the 1.
Oh, jeez. There goes another email.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
The-
your
I-
boss
I'm
is
just- I'm
not
just-
going to find it hilarious at this point, Anthony.
My non-boss is gonna absolutely love the next stream of emails from Blanche.
Who's your non-boss? Your mom? Did you get fired when she Italian lightninged the Italian restaurant?
Are you allowed to share those in the Discord?
I haven't actually asked them if I can share.
Oh, please share them. Please, please, Anthony Caruso. Share them so we can send them back to your bosses and have them go through what you fucking made up and bullshitted about. Oh, you'll come up with some excuse not to share them. Please share them. I'm surprised they haven't substituted Tina Slay in yet. I'm as surprised as Walter Texas seems to be.
I've generally been sent a few of them and just simply deleted them because I have better things to do than let my mind be fucked around by some ridiculous cooker from Western Australia.
Oh, so she was fucking your mind around. Did Carte Blanche get under your skin, Anthony? Yes, she did. You're admitting shit. Anthony, stop fucking talking. Stop talking. You guys do this shit to yourself all the time. Gia in their side chat says Anthony sends me vacuum cleaner porn daily. Oh, I'm sure Anthony's wife would like to know about that. How much you paying for that shit, Blanche? Blanche, are you one of those big fat women that can't get up off the couch? I said Blanche. Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant Gia. I'm going to get killed in the fucking side chat right now. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry, Blanche. Gia, are you one of them big fat women that can't get off the fucking couch? Oh, I wish I could roll that back, strike that, and start anew, but it's in there for good now. Sorry about that, Blanche.
Well, she's the biggest liar known to man, so don't worry about it.
So, oh, what? Has she told you that she didn't say anything?
No, she claimed, and I was
Oh,
in
shit.
Cody's chat 3 weeks ago or something stupid. And they kept saying, why would you come up? And I said in the chat, because every time I come up, he rage quits or is so loud, no one else can say a word. And she goes, you've never been on a live with him. Well, I can count, I think 3, maybe 4. So I said, that's a lie, carte blanche. I don't lie. And she fucking went
You've
off.
been on Coded Show.
And you were on Witch's show.
Shuggy was never on my broadcast. I went up on Witches and Shuggy was there, but you know, all he did was fucking feebly try to fucking lick Dan's brown hole. That's it. Yeah. These are Dan supposedly can remember all of every conversation he had. Then he intentionally lies when he relates the details of shit.
On
Wait.
Coded Show.
I was actually
Way back in the day.
I was up with you. And I was up with you, I think, wasn't I?
I think you were a couple of times, yes. Because I think you and I
Discussing
were
the
up
great
there.
Emu Wars.
Yep, and I think you and
The Emu Wars discussion was on Welsh News Network, not here, dipshit. This is the problem with you guys. I think you're drunk most of the fucking time, and you really can't remember anything that was said.
I also had a rather interesting discussion about what we thought about the formation and the running of the House of Lords, which is probably a discussion for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
also
yes.
have been on
way other
with,
day.
You've been on here with him, Shuggy.
Yeah. So anyway, so
Been on Witch's
apparently,
show with him.
Yes.
yeah. So you know, carte blanching, I've never been on there. I said, yes, I have. No, you haven't. You lie, and that's
You
fine.
haven't been on my broadcast, Shuggy. I've been live with you on Welsh News Network, live with you on Witch of Heart. I've invited you to come up here many times. You've never been live on my channel, Shug. You're not telling the truth. So, you know. Go find the clip of when you were on the show, because what am I supposed to do? Just play every fucking video I've ever done? This is the problem with you guys. You fucking lie, and then 5 minutes after, you just forget you told the lie. You never prove out anything you say. And Shuggy, you're either a blatant liar or you have the worst fucking memory at WNN, which ain't fucking saying much.
The whole fucking shit show again.
Hey, carte blanche. You're a lying little cunt. Get over it.
For somebody that knows so much, she sure doesn't know very much.
Oh, really, Blecka? So you're saying that Dan's mother punched out an 18-hand tall Arabian stallion? Come on. You're telling us that Dan's water-headed aunt punched out a fucking cow? What's with all the fucking animal abuse? Like, these guys, not only is Dan always talking about slitting people's throats and beating people with 2x4s, Dan and his family lineage is very abusive toward animals. Imagine that. Dan hates everything. Blecka, let Dan in your house. You're gonna take a fucking punch. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't get what her point. I don't get what her problem is. She then turned around and also accused the chairperson of a particular organization that I do charity work of being me impersonating that person.
Wait, what?
No, she didn't accuse a third party of impersonation. She said you contacted her and pretended to be your boss. Dude, you really are fucking dumb, man. You guys lie about everything you talk about is lies.
Oh, so apparently I'm impersonating the chairperson.
Okay.
So this is this is the level of complete and utter batshittery that we're dealing.
Show some proof, Caruso. You never show fucking proof. You just talk. You didn't do your Triple HFM disclaimer either. So you're probably going to get another email sent to your fucking company, and all of the shit that you're fucking lying about here. All of the shit that you're lying about here is now probably going to go back to your fucking company. You just don't know when to leave shit alone, Caruso. That's why you lose all the fucking time. You don't know how to pick your battles, and you don't know how to drop the issue when you're fucking wrong.
That we are dealing with in this particular thing. Now, I give no two thoughts about anything that Blanche says, because as far as I'm concerned, her brain has probably been burnt to an absolute crisp.
Yeah, that's going to go well with your boss, the way you're talking about her. You don't give credit to anything Carte Blanche says because she tells the truth. And if you give credit to it, you look like the dipshit that you are. That's why you won't give credit to it. That's the real reason, Anthony Scumbago.
Then again, what do you expect when you live out in Perth? So,
do you think that Triple HFM would condone a douchebag like Caruso dissing all of the inhabitants of Perth? That's not really good for a broadcast situation. But thank God, Anthony, that the station you work for is low wattage with a 20-mile fucking range. You really are a dumb fuck, Caruso.
I pay absolutely no attention to whatever she says, to be perfectly honest. So
you don't pay any attention to what she says, but you just commented about everything she said days after she said it. So obviously you're paying attention, Caruso. You're a disingenuous little fucking liar. Maybe you're a furry too. You like putting the cloud makeup on and the zip front onesie catsuit, rubbing on Dan's leg a little bit.
Good luck to you. That's all I'm going to say in that regards.
Keep emails coming. They're always a good laugh.
Oh, absolutely hilarious. I've had a couple of people who've actually listened in to.
Then why don't you show some of the emails? Show the emails. If they're fucking hilarious, then your crowd would get a big kick out of it. Why don't you show one of the emails? Because you're fucking lying again, Dan.
That investigation. And they've just said, is that all? Is that it? Really?
Also, hey, Anthony's colleagues.
Hello.
You poor sods working with him.
Oh, I know. Oh, it's and this is the funniest thing. It's not even my
colleagues. If you want to punish him, here are some suggestions. 1,
stick your whole fist up his rectum without lube. Jesus Christ, Dan. Look, you're turning into a fucking bore fest here. Can you at least up the enthusiasm a little bit?
1, replace the cricket ball with a hand grenade.
Replace the cricket ball with a hand grenade. And then Blackhead does what every hole in radio around the fucking world does. Oh, geez, Dan. Like she's somehow keeping it all under control with her Karenish fucking objections. Oh, geez, Dan. Don't you think that's a little too violent, Dan? You're like a fucking South Park character, Blanca.
Cut halfway through his cricket bat when he doesn't notice.
Cut halfway through his cricket bat. What's a cricket bat? Dan, what's a cricket bat? What the fuck is that? Why can't you fucking talk right?
3, 24-hour setting epoxy resin put on the slightly about 12 to 14 hours before he goes to play cricket.
Remember, folks, Dan's a naval engineer. Not that it's like engineering, more like he knows what drain plug to take out to change oil on a boat. Dan, you're so pathetic. Your show sucks, Dan. That's why you have to buy subs and buy views. Touche says, I went to WrestleMania in Seattle years ago. It was Hulk Hogan's retirement match. Stone Cold Steve Austin was there, even though he wasn't on the bill. Cheap, 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 cheap. Borefest. Too gay. Touche.
Actually, I had a good day with the bat on the weekend.
Oh,
Got told to got told batting 11.
Caruso paddled himself on the weekend. Woo-woo.
To get my partner to his 50, and then it was party time before the declaration came in. Julie got him to his 50 and then blasted about 17 off 12 before the captain went, yep, we'll declare on that. I'm sorry to say, I got robbed of 50 that day.
Oh wow.
Bullshit.
Yeah, Shuggy. Just it's bullshit. Shuggy, chime in on this fucking lie, Shuggy, without any kind of verification at all. How do you know it was bullshit, Shug? Everybody, it's another fishing story. I got robbed in my cricket match. You're in your fucking 30s, for Christ's sake. You fucking worried about some amateur fucking podunk cricket game where you're drinking fucking beers while you're playing? Oh yeah, it's a serious fucking sport, man. You might as well be fucking bowling.
I have no proof you'd have got 50.
I've got 150 for my club. I've got 150. It was off 36 rocks as well.
What were you playing, rounders or French cricket?
Probably blind cricket at this rate.
He doesn't know what. He doesn't even know what type of cricket he was playing. Oh my god.
I've been watching.
Andy, hang on a sec. So look, here's the thing. Americans are convinced that the baseball is the best thing ever because it's 9 innings and all it is a reason to go and sit in the stands, eat hot dogs and drink beer and people watch, right? 9 innings, they think they've got it covered. Hold my fucking beer. Test match.
Hold my fucking beer, says Shuggy. I need both hands to jerk these two men off. Shuggy, no one has ever said that baseball is the greatest sport in the world. When we talk about baseball, when we sing, take me out to the ball game, all that shit, there's no cricket songs like that. What you're jealous of is the general attitude. No one says baseball is the greatest sport ever. No one says that. Because in America, it would be football, not baseball. Baseball's older, but football is the American sport. So, you really need to get a fucking clue, Shuggy. But you must be talking to big evil Doochie Peter Vandervliet. Fucking weird fucking Dutch boys. Is it Dutch or Dooch? It's Dooch, right? You're a douchebag.
Days, same excuse. Drink beer, eat food, watch people. 5 days.
And it can still technically end in a draw.
Some Americans would agree with that.
I think we win that one.
However, what I will say is the thing I love about cricket is that unlike in baseball, where you have to pitch to a certain area and you have to hit to a certain area, in cricket, you can pretty much bowl whatever you want. You can hit the ball in whatever direction you want.
But hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let's be honest.
Hang on a second. Let's be honest here, because Shuggy's going to tell you you're full of shit now. Carte Blanche in the side chat says, that's a score. That score is pitiful, Caruso. A 15-year-old could get that in 3 overs. Matey, mate.
Any sport that has a silly mid off and a googly must be weird.
Okay, we'll leave these two to play with each other's balls. Let's continue with the video.
Yeah,
let's say left or right. When you hear me say left, you're gonna bring your left hand up and touch the tip of that finger to the tip of your nose, and immediately put it back down your side in one fluid motion. When you
but we needed JR there, at least JR there, to provide the commentary on this as well.
No, the Hulk threw everyone off by he didn't act batshit crazy.
Oh, well, like the sex tape.
When were they? Did they didn't snipe? Did they?
Yeah, you take insulin? No, sir. Okay.
Oh,
you take any medications prescribed to you?
What's going on?
What?
Paragliding. What, Dan?
Paragliding's fun. Abseiling.
Things Dan has never done. Here we go. All the things. You know how I know Dan has never done these things? Because Dan has never had fun in his entire fucking life. That's why he's always bitching about how the Welsh is so much better than the fucking English, blah, 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 blah. Dan doesn't know what fun is.
Paragliding.
What, Dan?
Paragliding's fun. Abseiling. Hang gliding.
Bungee jumping.
Dan has let me know that it's not really a fear of heights; it's the fear of what's going to happen if I fall and hit the ground.
No,
it is.
That's not what I said.
It's a fear of hitting the ground. It really is.
I said it's not a fear of heights, it's a fear of the ground.
Yeah. I added in why it would be a fear of the ground
Yeah, but
hitting
that's
it
not what
at
I
the
said.
end.
Yeah, fear of landing. See, it's not the height that's going to do you any damage whatsoever.
So when falling from the sky, according to Dan, it's not the height that does you any damage. Dan, if you knew anything about gravitational pull and acceleration, yeah, the higher you are, the harder you hit. That's why you can jump from a 5-foot tall obstacle, but if you jumped from a 30-foot tall obstacle, you'd have a big fucking problem. Maybe one day we'll explain basic physics to you, Danny, which you don't seem to understand.
Anyway. So, the other day, you had mentioned that we would find the full video of Hulk Hogan's son's arrest.
Yes, I'd forgotten about that.
Yes, I found it. And I also
See?
found out why there was a huge dog in the bottom corner.
Go on.
It was to hide Lawn Crime's icon.
Oh, okay.
Exactly
So
what my
it
feet.
was someone trying to get away with and thinking law and crime wouldn't recognize. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But we do have the video if you wanted to see it.
Yes. Come
Yes.
on, we all want to see what happened with Hogan's kid
Yes.
without chilly narrative.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. How much you had to drink tonight?
Then it would be without Chili's narration, not without Chili's narrative. What's wrong with you that you can't speak? Are you still shaking from yesterday's outing and exposure, Danny boy? Oh, silly Dan.
Nothing, sir. Nothing at all?
As far as I know.
Yes, 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 he is. Yes, he is.
It's going to be interesting.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking for my insurance. You almost ran me over. It was me that you almost ran over when you were driving right by me. Okay? When there's police lights lighting up the road over there.
I'm so sorry. It's just been a night where I was just on our way home and we were leaving.
You mind stepping out for me?
Yeah.
Nice truck. Expensive truck.
Yeah, sorry, sir.
So where are you coming from tonight? Come on over here.
Beach. Heading home.
Leaving the beach, heading home?
Heading home.
Nothing to drink tonight?
No, sir.
So it's just, you said they're passengers?
Yeah, just passengers.
But I can smell it on your breath.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's that I was just kissing my girlfriend. Apologize.
That's
But
what
she
you're
was
gonna say?
doing body shots,
You're
and
kissing
it
your
got a
girlfriend,
little
so
in
that's
my
why you
mouth.
have alcohol coming out your mouth.
I'm sorry, sir. Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
Okay. Well, would you mind if I check your eyes and make sure you're safe to be driving, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he sounds just like his father.
I know he does. I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Hey, Sarge, can you kill your lights? I want you to just put your feet together for me, heels and toes, touch like my hands at your sides. You wear glasses of contact, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, perfect. Have you hit your head really, really hard in the last 24 hours where you caused you to vomit or something?
Not in the last 24 hours.
Okay. So,
How
see how
often
I
does
write
he
on
hit
my
his
pen?
head?
Yes, sir.
I want you to just follow with your eyes only.
I think it depends on how often his dad smacks him around.
Thank you, Shadowhawk, for the £6.90 tip. We love Shiggy. We love Shiggy. Popeville is great. Fuck Jim. Oh, okay.
Damn it. Again. You guys are quick to tell me I'm muted now. Laura Rader says Dan thought Chili was a meanie for copyright strikes. Lol. So now he's tempting huge channels to do it. Even worse, man. Even fucking worse. Dan is in real life fucking with people's lives. Jimbo Felch put Chili DeCastro's last place that he was broadcasting from and living at on his fucking blog rag at the request of Dan, so that the side chat cult members could contact the landlord and harass him. Chili's a bad man for copyright strikes. Okay, there, Danny. You are Dan, abusing his copyrighted material. You're a dick, Dan. You're a dick. You're a dick. Anthony Caruso's a dick. Hank's a dick. Shuggy's a dick. You're all little tic-tac dicks, but you're like gnats. You're an annoyance. You're gonna get swatted. Swatted. Hey, Shuggy, weren't you with the Department of Fisheries in the 90s? Didn't you just say that in Stone Vet's side chat? Cray, how you just make up different stories every week, Shug man.
Shadow may have switched from loving Jim.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate it.
And Shuggy's saying nothing. I think he's shocked. See, you've made Shuggy speechless.
Somebody might want to check Shuggy. He may have passed out and hit his head again. Shuggy.
Do it again.
That doesn't happen very often.
I know.
So let's not say anything else, because maybe he'll stay speechless for a little bit.
Okay.
Or maybe he's fallen asleep again.
That was a quick fall asleep. Never mind.
I was having a fucking cigarette. Piss off.
Shuggy, you missed it.
Fuck you, mate.
Oh, come on, guys. Dan's working. He was having a fag. He's got to make his money too, you know.
Thank you, Shadowhawk. What?
Yeah, they were saying nice things about you, Shuggy.
They've lost their marbles. It's got something's gone wrong.
Oh, don't forget until February 19th, any tips sent by Stream Elements or PayPal, and any member that, £1 or greater, and any member of the Patreon will receive an entry into the giveaway for a Samsung Galaxy A9 tablet, 64 gig.
Woohoo!
Live in an area that Amazon delivers.
Shuggy wasn't in a fucking chat or having a cigarette. He was in Stone Vet's chat. Stone Vet said he was starting a broadcast at between 7:30 and 8. He was going to do Kaiser shit. I guarantee that Shuggy was over in Stone Vet's side chat. Probably because Stone Vet was over here. Shuggy knew it, and we were talking about what a douchebag Shuggy is. And Shuggy's insecure, so he's got to run over to Stone Vet and make sure that he's not getting bad mouthed. Hold on a second. I'm going to bring up the pass the advertisement. All right, let me bring up. Are they really funny over there, dude? Hey, somebody run over to Stone Vet and tell them we're sniping them and to give us a wave.
Frauditing. A lot of them are in some shit right now.
I didn't say Joan.
And
did I say Joan? I said jamming.
Joan Jett.
Fucking with me.
Joan Jett the Black Arts.
Fucking goddamn. Because the truth is, my eyes suck, and I'm trying to like quick quick look, and now every time I see Jammin's fucking thing, I mean, I thought I got the Joan Jett thing out. God damn it.
Josh's associations are
so
fucking
sorry,
hilarious
Jammin.
sometimes. I don't see
Jammin.
Shuggy over here.
We will get into that.
It's something I'm feeling weirdly bad about too. I don't mean weirdly. I mean, it's good to feel bad about, to feel bad about things. No. No.
He called you a bitch, Jammin' Chat. Yeah, he did.
I like this woman. She got balls. I like that.
This chick got
I
balls.
don't see Shuggy over there at all. He's probably just listening.
No.
Oh, there's Diarmid Costello.
Anyway, all right, let's play.
Lights on. Just Michelle.
These things, 200 is like a good amount.
That and so yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
All right, let's do this. The
Numbers
I
two.
think the hoopla's all over
And
with
please remember to like,
the
share, and subscribe.
snoozy snooze.
Yeah, that's
All right, why don't you guys head over
to
to Josh? I got to get ready to go to work. So why don't you guys head over to Josh's stream and spend a little time with Josh. Be the funniest motherfuckers in this chat room, my people, please. Laura Rader says, mumbles the mushmouth, most pathetic gangsta in all of Wales. McAddick says, Shuggy had a new medal for Josh. Who the fuck is Alice? Says he was in Shiz's chat last night. Yep, he was. Got a little shit and then he ran away. Laura Rader says, Diarmid, Shuggy probably scared after seeing Stone Vet in Coded's chat today. Laura Rader says now he knows that SV is starting to question Shuggy's loyalty to WNN. Yeah. All right, go hang out with Josh. Go hang out with Josh. I'm gonna kill this right now. I got to start getting ready for work today anyway. I got to make my Monday night rounds. Good night, Laura Rader. C is over there. Says, who the fuck is Alice? Yes. Misty Eyed Girl says, I was spacing out and never said hello. That's fine. It happens to the best of us. You were here. That's all that matters. Walter Texas says, bye to Coded. Misty Eyed Girl says, hello and goodbye. Bandit says, bye. Peace to the good people. You better start being nice to fucking McAddicts there, Bandit. Diarmid Costello says later. Flo B says bye to everyone. Thank you all for joining me. Wait, I'm waiting for what Walter Texas called Misty Eyed Girl Space Cadet. Scott Amo says ciao. Ciao, Bella. Jesse VR says see you there. Yeah, everybody head over to Stone Vets. Diarmid Costello says B equals nice. Bandit 2804 says, sorry, I can't. The guy's an idiot. He's not a fucking idiot. If you think that McAddicks is an idiot, then there's a good chance you're the fucking idiot. There's a sucker at every table, Bandit. And if you don't know who the sucker is, chances are you're it. This is my table, motherfucker. Walter Texas says, see you all over at Stone Vets. Misty Eyed Girl says bye to Walter. McAddicks Esquire KC, my disbarred legal advisor and graphic designer, says I blocked the equal sign. Nice. Oh, I should change that. I can go in and change the keystroke, I think, so that like the equal sign will come up as a face palm. McAddick wants to know why you're so grumpy, Ronnie the trucker. Diarmid Costello says, I think McAddicks is an idiot. No, you don't. You're just saying that to get under McAddicks' skin, and he's not an idiot, so it never works. Walter says, bye to Misty Eyed Girl. Walter has double smiles. Let's leave it at that. Get the fuck out of here. Go hang out with Stone Vet. See you later. Tell Stone Vet I said hi when you jump in the chat room over there. Later for you guys. Bye bye.